The South China Sea is a lifeline for millions, especially in the Philippines. It provides food, jobs, and shapes national identity, woven into daily life and culture. For generations, Filipino fishermen have relied on these waters, seeing them as a birthright to protect. But this sea is also a global trade artery, with trillions in goods passing through each year. Its stability affects economies worldwide, making it a strategic hotspot. Beneath the waves lie rich fisheries and untapped oil and gas, resources that could transform the Philippines' future. The fight here is about more than fishing. It's about energy, prosperity, and sovereignty. Yet, opportunity has turned to tension. Competing claims have made these waters a flashpoint, with the Philippines facing a powerful neighbor. For local fishermen, every trip is a risk. Casting a net has become an act of defiance. They are on the front lines, where international law meets military might. The struggle is daily, and the stakes are national. The South China Sea is now a battleground for rights, resources, and the future. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, using a historical map known as the Nine-Dash Line. This claim overlaps with the exclusive economic zones of countries like the Philippines. To enforce it, China has built artificial islands, turning reefs into military outposts with runways and missiles. A vast fleet of Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels patrols the area, intimidating rivals. Filipino fishermen face harassment, blocked paths, and confiscated catches. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, invalidating China's claim. China rejected the ruling, escalating tensions and setting a dangerous precedent. Chinese ships have used water cannons and risky maneuvers against Philippine vessels, endangering lives. These gray zone tactics, coercive but just short of war, aim to wear down opposition and change the status quo. The conflict is no longer just legal. It's a daily contest of will and presence. The Philippines must respond to relentless pressure with resilience and strategy. The Philippines faces a David versus Goliath struggle. China's military and economic power dwarfs the Philippines, making direct confrontation impossible. The Philippine Navy and Coast Guard are smaller, with limited resources to patrol vast waters. Economic ties with China add pressure. Any misstep could mean trade or investment losses. Manila must defend its rights without provoking disaster. Innovation is key. The government realized it couldn't rely solely on its navy. A new strategy was needed, one that could counter China's gray zone tactics without escalating to war. The answer: mobilize ordinary citizens and fishermen as a secret army in plain sight. This unconventional approach leverages local knowledge and presence. The goal is to assert sovereignty, document aggression, and avoid military conflict. The Philippines is fighting back with creativity, courage, and community. The Philippines' secret weapon is its people: fishermen, volunteers, scientists, and journalists. These civilian fleets, supported by the Coast Guard, assert presence in contested waters. Fishermen, experts in these seas, continue their work even in disputed areas, flying the Philippine flag. Their presence is a living symbol of sovereignty. The Coast Guard escorts and protects them, but their most powerful tool is the camera. By documenting every encounter, they expose Chinese aggression to the world. Journalists and scientists join missions, amplifying the message and studying environmental impacts. This collaboration forms a multifaceted force, fighting with nets, cameras, and truth. Its people power at sea, turning ordinary citizens into defenders of national rights. The civilian fleet is a modern, peaceful resistance. Their courage and visibility make it hard for China to quietly assert control. The secret ocean army counters China's gray zone tactics with its own. Filipino fishing boats now travel in convoys to disputed areas, asserting their right to be there. Safety in numbers makes harassment harder and draws global attention. The Coast Guard invites journalists to document every encounter, sharing real-time updates. This transparency strips China of plausible deniability and shapes international opinion. Civilian convoys also deliver supplies to remote communities and outposts like the BRP Sierra Madre. China's attempts to block these missions are broadcast worldwide, damaging its reputation. The secret army fights on multiple fronts: legal, humanitarian, and informational. Their actions reclaim space, sustain livelihoods, and win the battle for global support. It's a strategy of resilience, visibility, and smart resistance. The BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded WW2 ship, is a symbol of Filipino resolve. Marines endure harsh conditions aboard, supplied by daring civilian and Coast Guard missions. Chinese ships routinely try to block these resupply runs, but Filipinos persist. At Scarborough Shoal, civilian convoys challenge China's blockade, sometimes slipping through to deliver aid. Journalists capture dramatic footage: water cannons, dangerous maneuvers, and close calls. These images provide undeniable evidence of aggression, strengthening the Philippines' case internationally. Fishermen risk ramming, damage, and threats, yet return to sea for their families and nation. Their stories of resilience put a human face on the conflict. Each act of defiance is a statement. The sea is their home, and they will not be driven away. The world watches as ordinary Filipinos stand up to overwhelming odds. The Philippines' strength lies in unity. Government, civil society, fishermen, and media working together. This whole-of-nation approach turns a conventional fight into a battle of narratives. Transparency is the weapon. Every incident is documented and shared globally. China may have more ships, but the Philippines is winning the information war. Civilian convoys are cost-effective, sustained by community support and donations. This model allows for long-term resistance without draining resources. The defense of the West Philippine Sea has become a unifying cause, fueling patriotism and resolve. Popular support empowers the government to stand firm. Seeing fishermen and Coast Guard side by side inspires national pride. The secret army's greatest asset is the unity and determination of the Filipino people. Their smart, creative tactics keep the issue alive and challenge China's control. It's a sustainable, repeatable model of peaceful defiance. Unity and ingenuity are the Philippines' true strengths. The Philippines' strategy has drawn global attention and support. Major powers, including the US, Japan, and Australia, backed the Philippines in the 2016 tribunal ruling. The US has reaffirmed its defense commitments, deterring further escalation. Japan and Australia provide patrol vessels and training, boosting Philippine capacity. The Filipino approach is a model for other nations facing similar pressures. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia watch closely, seeing the value of assertive transparency. The strategy shows that smaller nations can push back without war. But risks remain. Every encounter could escalate. The international community urges caution and dialogue. The Philippines walks a fine line, defending sovereignty while avoiding conflict. The world hopes for courage and for peace. The Philippines' ultimate goal is peace, not conflict. The dream is a sea where fishermen work safely and the rule of law prevails. The secret ocean army is a tool for justice, not war. By standing firm, the Philippines seeks equal dialogue and respect. Their courage inspires smaller nations, proving unity and truth are powerful. The story is one of resilience and hope, right standing up to might. The sea's future depends on cooperation and respect for law. The Philippines calls for a rules-based order and shared stewardship. True strength is shown by working with neighbors, not intimidating them. Filipino resolve is a beacon, lighting the way toward a peaceful, just sea for all.